to the watch list.
Hey everybody, welcome to the wow, really Ryan? Really? All right, well,
call me Ray right after you.
no, I did not. Where's this? Which is supposed to actually, the actual call doesn't happen until about 5 o'clock. All right, so I don't know if we're going to be here for that long, but the numbers did come out, and they did get hit. Where's the story? All right, here. All right, so the earnings numbers did come out. They come out with the top line and the bottom line. They did. Have it. They did come in, and this is the big thing. Earnings 68 versus 64, so they beat earnings. Oh, wait a minute. 30 billion. Oh, they did. Revenue is 30.4 billion versus 20. So they did beat.
You scared me.
Well, I just saw it a second ago.
You just have the numbers.
No, I didn't, because it just said 28.7. It didn't have that. So it just updated some more.
It just updated some more? Is that what?
And there it is. Nvidia said it expected about 32.5 billion, and they came in at 30 billion. Versus the 30 expected by analysts. So they were still less than analysts. They were less than what they expected. So the stock took a hit. It was down like 7%, but it's rebounding already. It's already rebounding already. So
yeah, the low was around just shy of 116. Right now it's trading around 120. The high since the earnings was around 128.
Let's go look for NVIDIA on a graph. NVDA. And let's go. It's already in pre-market, yes? Yep. Use extended hours. So after the market closed, this is NVIDIA after it reported.
You got a clear downtrend right on the top of those candlesticks.
Yeah, we do. And this is
clear downtrend.
This is on 1 minute bars. This is
definitely.
Yeah, so if
you're going to trade this after hours, I especially if you're bullish, wait to break that downtrend.
Yeah, I'm still bullish. I looked at my account. I was down. I was down a little bit. I'm still in range though. I'm still okay. But
see, I played Taiwan Semiconductors, with the options on them. Going into the close at about a $30 profit, little buffer zone there, but it's not looking too good right now, but we'll see.
There it is. NVIDIA reports 122% revenue growth on surging demand for data center chips. So again, that whole Blackwell information in the call is going to be huge.
Yes.
It is going to. So, look at that, down.
And as far as I've read, the Grace Hopper, which is essentially the generation before the Blackwell, is what they're using to keep up with demand. If you can't get Blackwell, well, you got to get the Grace Hopper until the Blackwells come out. It's kind of how they solve the problem.
Well, they said that it was going to come out in 2025. See, it keeps changing. See how the number changed again?
Oh, yeah. So they were hoping for it to be out by the end of this year.
But it's not going to be until, they say, quarter one of
March next year.
So, see the number? I told you I wasn't crazy or nothing. The numbers
64 cents.
Just except for, yeah. All right. So, interesting. There's the H200 chip. They're talking about the Hopper, just like Ryan said. And I'm just watching the trend. We're looking at 1 minute bars after the news came out. We're still waiting for the whole idea of the guidance. The guidance is going to be huge. But you know something? I want to take you back. My boss brought something to our attention. How long have we been talking about NVIDIA? Don't answer the question. Shut up. Question. Stop answering.
I'm not going to answer. I was trying to lead into it, Glenn. You did not allow that.
There was something that Dr. DeLito, the founder of VectorVest, saw way long time ago. All right. He wrote about it. And the beautiful thing about our views, about our nightly newsletter and our essays and things like that, these are like footprints in the sand. They don't go away. Well, footprints do go away in the sand.
Well, they do go away when the tide comes.
But, we can go back to any day and time and show what we were talking about, right? Back in the views, let me show you something when we started talking about it. December 9th of 2016. So it's not like you just hearing Ryan and I just say, oh, yeah, we talked about it a long time ago. This was an actual essay written by our founder, Dr. Bart DeLito, on December 9th, 2016.
Smart man.
Look at this. AI hardware providers. Now, this is back in 2016, folks. Mm-hmm. Artificial intelligence is currently one of the hottest areas of technological development. And
That's
NVIDIA...
crazy, because I swear ain't no one was talking about AI in 2016.
Absolutely. NVIDIA is one of the hottest AI hardware providers in the game. It's a top-rated stock and has been on a multi-year road. Again, 2016. 2016. Glenn, did you get another watermelon lime drink? No, but I'm going back. Oh, I'm going back. I'm going to Chipotle just for that drink.
Don't encourage him.
And then, he talked about to see NVIDIA's price trend, look at a 5-year, this is back in 2016, end-of-day graphs showing the stop, the EPS, the price. Our stock analysis report on NVIDIA is a provider of visual computer technologies and the inventor of the graphics processing unit. Do you know when the GPU was invented? In 1999.
Yep.
1999.
Right when NVIDIA got started back in the 90s.
In order to emulate the learning and decision-making capabilities of humans, AI systems developers require exactly what NVIDIA provides: powerful data processing capabilities working in parallel with graphic processors. NVIDIA is a leader in this field. Folks, that was back in 2016.
And you can tell he's a smart man. I mean, look at the other names he mentioned. He's got AMD, Broadcom, Qualcomm. He's got some big names listed there. But I would definitely say NVIDIA is the big winner. I'm curious, Glenn. Let's quick test it from that date to today and just see what would have been the.
Let's go.
I imagine it's going to be phenomenal.
Let's go. I've got a watch list view or something that I created. Glenn. Where is it?
Or why don't you just do the AI hardware watch list where it came from?
Oh, we could do that too.
Oh God, never mind.
Oh boy, hold on. Watch list viewer.
I forgot you have 52 million watch
Overview watch list. AI hardware providers.
If you want to know how many watch lists you can create in the VectorVest system, ask Glenn.
NVIDIA's in here. Okay, that's good. I don't know if all of these will be back in here. 2016.
So these are the 6 stocks that we put in this list.
Right.
All the way back in 2016.
December 9th. Let's go see how many of them are still there. All of them. All of them were back. Okay. So let's quick test. This is when Dr. DeLito talked about it in the views. Let's quick test all of them. Holy smokes. 5,000%. And again, it went from $2. Dr. DeLito, when he started talking about it, the stock was $2.29. Now it's up to $121.30. $5,000. Sorry, 5,000%.
Clear loser in the space here.
So I want you to understand this. We're talking about NVIDIA and how it's affecting everything, blah, 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 blah. But this is when we started talking about it in the views by our founder, Dr. Bart DeLito. That's just freaking amazing. Talking about insight.
5,000. That's 50 bags.
No, that's more. That's 100 bags. A bag is 100%.
100%. So there'd be 10 and 1,000. Oh yeah, 50 bags. Yeah, 50 bags. That's what I said.
No, you didn't.
What did I say?
NVIDIA is down 3.3%. Wow, after good earnings. Jazz, I think the reason why that's the case is because we're still waiting for guidance. Waiting for guidance. And I don't think that they hit where the street thought that they should hit. That's the problem. Guys, what do you think long term? I think that and let me stream this, I think long term, think about it. Nvidia is one of only 3 stocks that has got a $3 trillion market cap. Only 3, one of 3 stocks. Number
And the
2,
other 2 stocks need their chips.
absolutely. So 50 times, so maybe Ramon is right. 50 times 100 is 5. Oh, yeah, 50 bags. 50 bags.
Hey, I said it on the live stream earlier. If Nvidia drops below our valuation, which is $112, I'm snagging it up. I'm buying a couple shares.
And we don't see that happening. I see down only 1 point.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
Not right now.
When the
There'd have to be
news
a
first
bad
came
earnings
out,
call.
when the news first came out, it went down as much as over 7%. But I think that still people are waiting for the guidance. It's all about the guidance. But
And if you scroll over to the right, I just want to look at the sales forecast because I mean these are some of the Nvidia's biggest competitors, AMD.
you
and
talking about the
Broadcom.
sales growth?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the sales growth rate. Look at even the earnings growth rate. Both of those dwarf their competition. AMD's in second place, with Broadcom, but Nvidia's on a whole nother level.
I'm just like, unless they just get ready to say that the sky is falling, I think the guidance should be right in line with what everybody expects.
Mhm.
I really do. Buy more. No. Listen, if you're not in the stock right now, you're waiting. And Ryan does this nicely. He says, "Wait for the dust to settle. Wait for the dust to settle."
This is nice.
All right, wait for the dust to settle. I'm in it. I'm holding it. I'm down a little bit, less than 2%. I was down now I'm leveraged because I got NVDA. So I'm leveraged. I was down a little bit more than that. I can't add it to this. I was down a little bit more than that, but I'm fine right now. NVIDIA making a huge rebound. Look at that, only down. Let's go put this back on to an intraday graph. I want to see.
Oh yeah,
there it is.
It up right now.
There it is. Whoop, there it is. All right.
What did I say? As soon as it broke that downward trend line, I said it earlier.
And
we're
it
going to
did.
trade it after hours. That was the play.
Look at that, and look at these 2
about
wicks
10
though.
minutes ago.
These 2 wicks ain't pretty.
Yeah, but wicks on after-hour trading is a little bit different. Just how the volume works. But yeah, I don't like those wicks. But I'm not going to hold it like I would regular day during regular hours trading.
The move after the market closed was down enough to put the stock into a hold. Now we're back to a buy. Nvidia does not make AI phone chips. Mind you, Apple says they are making their own chips. Apple's been making their own chips to get the dependence off of everybody else. They've been making their own chips.
But Nvidia's money is not in phone chips.
No.
Their bread and butter is
GPU
server or data server, GPUs.
Yep.
They ain't worried about competing with the phones and the PCs. I mean, they're in the PC market, but their bread and butter is data center GPUs.
Ritesh, did you hear that? $50 billion. What did I say in my video? I said 2 things that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a $30 to $50 million buyback, and I'm looking for a doubling of the dividend. Those are the 2 things that I'm looking for.
A dividend increase would definitely bring new eyeballs to this position.
Absolutely. Well, the dividend they only pay 4 cents.
No, it's very little.
It's 4 cents, and if you double it to 8,
it's just a little extra bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. But Ritesh said $50 billion buyback. I was predicting. You said $50 billion. I was looking for $30 to $50 million buyback. That's what I'm looking for. Buy it. Oh my gosh. I am so gonna yell at you, Amir. I'm gonna so yell at you. Put on SMCI. SMCI has got more trouble than not.
It's worth.
Yeah.
Right.
The Hindenburg thing was big.
And Amir, if you're still holding on SMCI, I don't know what to tell you.
Jess says the dividend
you're
is
gonna do
1
what
cent.
you're gonna do.
How come I have the dividend at like 4 cents? Let me move this over for a second. Dividend. I got the dividend at 4 cents. Am I wrong? Jazz says the dividend is 1 cent.
1 cent.
Do me a second. Look at a website for me, Ryan.
Yeah.
I got the software has a dividend of 4 cents. Are we off on that? Because if we are, we need to know. If we are, we need to know. Now the pause is in play. Wait for the smoke.
Dividend yield 0.03%. Let's see here.
So Jazz said it was 1 cent. In the software, it showed 4 cents. 45% down and sold today. On what? Oh, you're talking about on SMCI? Oof. SMCI.
Well, if it's a quarterly dividend at a penny, that makes sense because I'm pretty sure our dividends are annualized. So times 4 equals 4 cents. So that math is kind of
okay. So it is the one. I'm pretty sure. You're right.
I don't trade a lot of dividend stocks, but I'm pretty sure ours is annualized.
All right, and if that's the case, then it is 1 cent.
It's not the same that you'll see in your broker.
So it is 1 cent. 1 cent per quarter. Okay. Jazz, that explains my 4 cents.
Yeah, it's based off the regular annual cash dividend.
All right.
So yeah, annualized.
So Nvidia's paused. Where's my other?
That might be just the graph window. Might have to reopen it.
I want to go back and view the stock graph, but I also want to put up SMCI. Yeah, Amir, I'm not.
It took a little bit of a drop.
There's SMCI.
That's just not pretty. I mean, I think it's setting up for a great bottom fishing opportunity, but now is not the time.
I think that right now SMCI's got to get over the story. They got to get over the story.
And we got to see how this story develops. I mean, there's some pretty harsh accusations being made, which could
they got to answer to that, and they got to say something. They cannot sit behind in the background and be like, well, it'll go away, because it ain't.
Well, Glenn, that looks like a point of consolidation we're hitting in Nvidia.
Yep.
You can see it get tighter and tighter.
I did get an email from the Q4 thing. All right, let's go to the email from the Q4 thing.
Which, look at the points of that. Do you see how the points come together right at 5 p.m.? And then that's when the breakout happens?
Join the webcast.
What are you doing, Glenn?
I'm joining the webcast for. It's not ready.
Oh.
I don't know why.
No, we're not going to be here. It's at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. Enter the event. The money's playing.
Put this link in the comment section so that way everyone can watch it after this. That way, if they don't know where to find it, we'll have it right here in the comment section for everybody.
Copy.
Yeah, Aviation Daily. Yes, SMCI canceled my 15% stop loss. Hopeful down 45% loss. Now, woo.
Oh. I got so much stuff open. All right, here's the link for.
Akshaya says he bought Nvidia at 120.
There's the link for the call. It's going to happen in like 14 minutes. We thought it was going to be happening earlier than that. So we're going to just stay here for a little bit. We probably won't stay for the call now. That kind of sucks because Ryan's got stuff to do. I wasn't the time. The call is about 5 o'clock, DB. Looks like it's about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
We didn't anticipate that.
Even when we do the call, typically after the first couple minutes, most of you guys are tired of it and don't want to listen to it anyways.
What you saying?
And the views drop off.
I want to see if this changed anymore. Let's see if this changed.
Down 3%.
Yeah, just 64. And I think that the street was looking for like 30 or 31 billion. Nvidia forecast justified.
Analysts, yeah.
Analysts were looking for 71 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And earnings 31.1. So technically they missed the street. I'm going to open up something. Research.
Akshay, I'm curious. You're saying the earnings were okay. It's lower due to Blackwell delay. But the Blackwell's not supposed to be out to the end of this year was the goal. So I don't know how that affects earnings right now. I can see forecast. So I'm not sure. But there's a street. Look at that high price, 200. Lowest price target, $100.
Yeah.
Average 149.
Where's the earnings? Analysis. No, that's not what I want. Analyst forecast.
It looks like Nvidia wants to break out to the downside of that trend line.
Earnings. That's what I'm looking for. So let's go see. Strong buy. Quarter to August 27th. They beat. So what is the number? They had estimated at
6.7.
So they beat earnings.
They beat the earnings.
But not what the street wanted. Not what the street wanted.
They beat top and bottom, but just not the consensus from the street.
David says 200 is a bit of a stretch. I was aggressive. I didn't.
Aggressive.
I didn't pull any strings on that. I was aggressive on the call. I was aggressive on the call at 200. So there it is, 65. But they wouldn't finish it. I guess it won't put this out hardcore until after the report. But look at the rising. It keeps going up and 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 up.
That's the trend.
Absolutely.
Until I see this graph either fall flat or start to drop, I'm not too concerned right now. I mean, the growth is there, clearly.
Oh. Close one of them. Close that one, because that's not in Chrome. All right, that one is in Chrome. All right, I didn't want it right now. Why are you moving my stuff around? Holy smokes. All right, and there's the consolidation. There's the pause. All right.
I broke out to the downside. Refresh your graph.
I can't.
Go to 1 month and then click on 1 day. See if that works.
How long you been here? 1 month. Now let's go back to end of day, intraday, 1 minute.
Or you just click on 1 day.
I don't want to do it that way.
How long have you been here?
Because I want to see.
See, like, told you that would refresh it.
Wow, look at that.
And there's the breakout to the downside I was talking about.
Yep. Where would you buy?
But that could be a fake. It could be a head fake. You know, I really wouldn't be trading this until after I see how investors respond to the earnings call.
When would I buy? I got a solid level of support today at 123.36.
Right now we're at 120.
Oh.
My support's around 118 level.
Oh, crap. Let's go. Let me see if I can find you a support. You said 118?
Mm-hmm.
Why? 112?
You'll see. Move it to 118. You'll see why.
Wow. That's almost right. I got
119.
I got 119.
Okay.
Wow. I got
119. I was shooting from the hip there.
So I think that on an end of day basis, that's probably a good spot if you're looking to buy, if it bounces off of that. This is the most recent one. It's gone through. Remember, we're looking at end of day right now. I'm taking that off the table. All right, I'm taking that off the table. So if I'm looking at it end of day, we got to see where the stock's price falls to. But I think Ryan's right. That's a good point about 119.50. About 119.50. All right, let's go back to the news. I don't know where it's at. How come I lost the news?
While he's looking for that, tonight at 6 p.m., I actually have a pretty good technical look, looking at some key levels on Nvidia's chart. We're approaching one of those levels, so if you want to check out that video, hit the subscribe button, and you'll get that notification at 6 p.m. this evening. Analyst
forecasts. Again, I took that high price of $200.
And man, that's 12 months out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if Nvidia
I'm thinking that it does that before the next earnings.
That's ambitious.
That is ambitious. That is ambitious. We got a lot of folks here. Hey, for anybody who's typing in, coming to see us for the first time, type a 1 in the room. We got a lot of folks in here. I love this, that people are here.
Yeah, we just doubled in size here.
If you're here for the first time, Ryan, I'm going to ask a question. I got to ask it of Joey. It's going to happen in 8 minutes. What do y'all say?
I think it jumps up.
No, as far as staying.
Oh, staying. No. They can watch the
all right.
The earnings call. Whatever you guys want to do. I just know we've done this in the past, and 5 minutes after the earnings call, viewership drops off.
We got 325 people here. I think we watch it a little bit.
200 is a home run play.
200 is a big home run play. David,
yeah.
That's how strongly I feel about it.
That's shooting for the fence.
That's how strongly I feel about it. So, we'll see. The site, did I not, you going to put it back in? The site, he says, what's the site? Oh, I have it. There it is. It's right here.
And real quick, if you just tuned into this, let's go back to the the views tab real quick.
Okay.
Our founder, Dr. Bartolito, mentioned Nvidia
Back in
2016 in the views.
give you the exact date.
And that's how we started off this this webcast this evening. You know, we've been on Nvidia's been on our radar for a long time now, and we did a quick test from the date of this article talking about AI hardware providers written by our founder in 2016 to today, and it was over 5,000% return on Nvidia. AMD was also mentioned in the article, up over 1,000%.
So, Giggling Beer, yes, we are live, my friend. What did I say? Beer? It's just a deeper version of beer. That's that one of them grizzly beers.
Beer.
What's that beer doing? All right, we got another subscriber to the channel. Thank you for that. All right, so again, back in December 9th of 2016, our founder wrote an essay called AI Hardware Providers, and NVIDIA was talked about it. And even at that time in the software, it was a good start. It's Felix. Okay, Felix, I got you. Any chance the good doctor has new picks, Ryan?
Well, unfortunately, Ramor, the founder of VectorVest, Dr. Bartolito, God bless his soul, passed away.
That's correct.
So unfortunately, his picks live on through the VectorVest 7 system. So if you really just want to see, you know, what good items there are, you know, follow his guidance. He made all of these formulas. These are all proprietary formulas, you know, our value, our forecasted data. All of this stuff is items that he created many decades ago, but yet is still valuable today. So his legacy lives on, Ramor. So unfortunately, he can't give direct guidance, but that's why we got the VectorVest 7 system. He's still helping us.
Look at that. So I got a couple of people in here. The new Tony. Tony, welcome. Thank you. Miss CN Smith. Thank you. Sheldon.
Hey, CN Smith.
Welcome. We got a lot of people here. I love this. So with that, I think we're going to stay. I've got the website. Joey put it in to the chat as well in case you want to take a look at it. Jen, refresh your screen or use the gear icon to set your resolution. All right. So it looks like 5 minutes beforehand. Joey, I got so much stuff. I don't know how. I can't handle this. I can't. All right. I can't handle this. So this is where it's going to be, right here. We got 5 minutes. I think that everybody wants to hear the guidance. And that's going to be
everyone wants to hear about Blackwell. What's going on?
That's going to be it. Glenn, 12/16/16. Nvidia was the top VST stock in the database. How about that? So you know what's interesting, Ryan? What's interesting is that a lot of YouTubers out there are just talking about it now, or have been talking about it for the past year or so. How about we can show you in the VectorVest system where we was talking about it, what's that, 9 years ago? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 9 years ago. I counted it. 9 years ago, VectorVest was already talking about it. Whereas a lot of the other YouTubers that you guys are listening to, and you know, I'm not putting that down, I don't think any of them were around 9 years ago. A lot of the YouTubers, I didn't say like the Bloombergs and all of that, but a lot of the YouTubers that you guys follow, I don't know if they were around 9 years ago. Just think about that. Just think about it.
For the most part, probably not. There might have been a couple.
So with that being said, especially to all of the people who've been on the fence for taking a subscription to the VectorVest software, this is a great time. We have a summer special going on. You go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. We're giving a trial, 30-day trial to the VectorVest system for 99 cents. And you know what that's going to get for you? When you go to the software like this, let's close that. And, oh, Sugarfoot. And you go to the views. Every Friday, we write an essay for you. Every Friday. This was a Friday essay written on December 9th of 2016. A Friday essay. But every Friday, we give a new essay about what's going on. And we give you guys so many fish so many different ways to use the power of the VectorVest software, all of that. We do that for you every Friday. And this was a Friday essay.
So for 99 cents, I mean, you can't beat it. You get
Absolutely.
30 days. Normally the trial's $10, so you're saving about $9 starting out.
And SMCI, still want SMCI Analyst. There it is. Nice little, look at this, Ryan. Oh, sookie now.
I need it because I'm holding those TSM contracts. Might as well throw TFM on there too.
I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I think that's a stupid play.
Ow, it's the manufacturer.
I know. I'm going to throw TSM up here too. All right.
So, I mean, realistically, if you're holding any semiconductor stock right now, Nvidia's going to affect it.
And I'm in NVDL. So there's the intraday. Still,
Okay.
We're looking at the aftermarket close. All right. We're looking at the data. That's on Nvidia. Look at that. Another consolidation
Oh,
happening.
yeah, Sakudu, it really just depends on your broker. As long as your broker allows after-hour trading, which most of them do nowadays, you should be able to buy it if you'd like.
Here's TSM, the trade that Ryan is in. Another little consolidation right here.
Yeah.
All right, Glenn, SMCI. Oh my gosh, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look
It's
at it.
not doing anything.
It's not. And then NVDL, which I'm in the leverage, 2-time leverage. So for every move to the downside Nvidia makes, I'm getting hurt doubly. So I'm in the 2-time leverage. All right. So.
All right, 2 seconds. All right, it's 5 o'clock. Let's see it.
All right. So who's got a question? Simon, what do you mean by they haven't beaten the street? The street expected 71 cents and like 31 billion as far as revenue. That's what I
So
meant by
they beat the consensus estimates, but not the street.
the
estimates.
street are stupid people. All right.
They're a little bit more ambitious.
Good afternoon.
There we go.
My name
Can
is
they hear
Ashley,
this?
and I will be your conference
David,
operator
you
today.
said it best.
At this
SMCI
time, I
is
would like to welcome
dead.
everyone
All right,
to
you gotta
NVIDIA's
stop talking. The
second
call is
quarter
live.
call.
All right.
All lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question during that time, simply press the star key followed by the number 1 on your telephone keypad. If you would like to withdraw
Big
your
names in the
question,
market,
Glenn, you got a
Simon.
question?
one
Yeah.
a second time.
Oh, I ain't got a question.
Thank you. And Mr. Stuart Stecker, you may begin your
All
conference.
right, here we go. Wow.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to NVIDIA's conference call for the second quarter of fiscal 2025. With me today from NVIDIA are Jensen Huang, President and Chief Executive Officer, and Colette Kress, Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. I would like to remind you that our call is being webcast live on NVIDIA's Investor Relations website. The webcast will be available for replay until the conference call to discuss our financial results for the third quarter of fiscal 2025. The content of today's call is NVIDIA's property. It cannot be reproduced or transcribed without prior written consent. During this call, we may make forward-looking statements based on current expectations. These are subject to a number of risks, significant risks, and uncertainties, and our actual results may differ materially. For a discussion of factors that could affect our future financial results and business, please refer to the disclosure in today's earnings release, our most recent forms 10-K and 10-Q, and the reports that we may file on Form 8-K with the Securities and Exchange Commission. All our statements are made as of today, August 28, 2024, based on information currently available to us. Except as required by law, we assume no obligation to update any such statements. During this call, we will discuss non-GAAP financial measures. You can find a reconciliation of these non-GAAP financial measures to GAAP financial measures in our CFO commentary, which is posted on our website. Let me highlight an upcoming event for the financial community. We will be attending the Goldman Sachs Communicopia and Technology Conference
Oh my
on
gosh.
September 11th
Who cares?
in San Francisco,
Get to the meat.
where Jensen will participate in a keynote fireside chat. Our earnings call to discuss the results of our third quarter of fiscal 2025 is scheduled for Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. With
That's
that,
the next earnings
let
call.
me turn the call over to Colette.
All right, here we go.
Thanks, Stuart. Q2. was another record quarter.
Okay.
Revenue of $30 billion was up 15% sequentially and up 122% year on year,
30 billion.
and well above our outlook of $28 billion.
Okay.
Starting with data center. Data center revenue of $26.3 billion was a record, up 16% sequentially and up
Told you, it's all about their data centers.
154% year on year, driven by strong demand for Nvidia Hopper GPU computing and our networking platforms. Compute revenue grew more than 2.5x. Networking revenue grew more than 2x from the last year. Cloud service providers represented roughly 45% of our data center revenue, and more than 50% stemmed from the consumer, internet, and enterprise companies. Customers continue to accelerate their Hopper architecture purchases while gearing up to adopt Blackwell.
There we go.
Key workloads driving our data center growth include generative AI, model training and inferencing, video, image, and text data, pre- and post-processing with CUDA and AI workloads, synthetic data generation, AI-powered recommender systems, SQL and vector database processing as well. Next-generation models will require 10 to 20 times more compute to train with significantly more data. The trend is expected to continue. Over the trailing 4 quarters, we estimate that inference drove more than 40% of our data center revenue. CSPs, consumer internet companies, and enterprises benefit from the incredible throughput and efficiency of NVIDIA's inference platform. Demand for NVIDIA is coming from frontier model makers, consumer internet services, and tens of thousands of companies and startups building generative AI applications for consumers, advertising, education, enterprise and healthcare, and robotics. Developers desire NVIDIA's rich ecosystem and availability in every cloud. CSPs appreciate the broad adoption of NVIDIA and are growing their NVIDIA capacity given the high demand. NVIDIA H200 platform began ramping in Q2, shipping to large CSPs, consumer internet, and enterprise companies. The NVIDIA H200
Yeah,
build
David, that's what I was
upon the
thinking. Blah,
strength
blah.
of our Hopper architecture and offering over 40% more memory bandwidth compared to the H100. Our data center revenue in China grew sequentially in Q2 and is a significant contributor to our data center revenue.
That's
As a
good to
percentage
know.
of total data center revenue, it remains below levels seen prior to the imposition of export controls. We continue to expect
I was
the China
concerned about
market
that,
to
so
be
I'm
very
glad to see growth there.
competitive going forward. The latest round of MLPerf inference benchmarks highlighted NVIDIA's inference leadership with both NVIDIA Hopper and Blackwell platforms
Someone
combining
said
to
just get
win
to the
gold
point.
medals
I agree.
on all tests.
Is Blackwell
At
coming out
Computex,
this year or not?
NVIDIA, with the top computer manufacturers, unveiled an array of Blackwell architecture-powered systems and NVIDIA networking for building AI factories and data centers.
More factories.
With the NVIDIA MGX modular reference architecture, our OEMs and ODM partners are building more than 100 Blackwell-based systems designed quickly and cost-effectively.
100.
The NVIDIA Blackwell platform brings together multiple GPU, CPU, DPU, NVLink switch, and the networking
Jackie said, "Are we pumping?"
systems and NVIDIA CUDA software.
It doesn't look like it
Power
yet.
the next generation of AI across the cases, industries, and countries. The NVIDIA GB200 NVL72 system with the 5th generation NVLink enables all 72 GPUs to act as a single GPU and deliver up to 30 times faster inference for LLMs workloads
So
and
they're just
unlocking the
talking
ability
about the
to
power
run
of the GPU.
trillion parameter models in real time. Hopper demand is strong, and Blackwell is widely sampling.
118.
I told you that
executed
Hopper-
a change to the Blackwell GPU mass to improve production yield.
Look at the price.
Blackwell production
It's
ramp is
dropping.
scheduled to begin in the fourth quarter and continue into fiscal year 26. In Q4, we expect to ship several $billion in Blackwell revenue. Hopper shipments are expected to increase in the second half of fiscal 2025. Hopper supply and availability have improved. Demand for Blackwell platforms is well above supply, and we expect this to continue into next year.
Well above supply.
Networking revenue increased 16% sequentially. Our Ethernet for AI revenue, which includes our Spectrum-X end-to-end Ethernet platform, doubled sequentially with hundreds of customers.
Ardalan is asking, why is it falling?
Okay.
I'm not feeling that it
Spectrum-X
should
has
be.
broad market support from
Interesting.
OEM and ODM partners and is being
It's still
adopted
pretty
by
soon, though.
CSPs, GPU cloud providers, and enterprise, including XAI.
It's dropping because
to connect
everybody wants
the
it to
largest
drop so they can
GPU
buy the dip.
compute cluster in the world. Spectrum-X supercharges Ethernet for AI processing and delivers 1.6x the performance of traditional Ethernet. We plan to launch new Spectrum-X products every year to support demand for scaling compute clusters from tens of thousands of GPUs today to millions of
6.7% down.
GPUs in the near future.
Tom makes a good point. He
Spectrum-X
said
is
sell
well on
Nvidia,
track
then
to
buy
begin
yen
a
equals
multi-billion-dollar
reversing
product
yen
line
carry
within
trade.
a year.
Remember the
Our
carry
sovereign
trade 2
AI
weeks ago?
opportunities continue to expand as countries recognize AI expertise and infrastructure at national imperatives.
I got a
for
level
their
of
society and
118.50.
industries. Japan's National Institute of Advanced Industrial Science and Technology is building its
Not yet,
AI
Felix,
bridging
wait.
cloud infrastructure 3.0 supercomputer with Nvidia. We believe sovereign AI
The
revenue
market's
will
laughing
reach
at us.
low double-digit billions this year. The enterprise AI wave has started. Enterprises also drove sequential revenue growth in the quarter. We are working with most of the Fortune 100 companies on AI initiatives across industries and geographies.
There's the VVC
A
on the
range of
graph, too.
applications are fueling our growth, including AI-powered
So the market
chatbots,
clearly down.
generative AI copilots, and agents to build new monetizable business applications and enhance employee productivity.
Okay.
Amdocs is using NVIDIA generative AI for their smart agent, transforming the customer experience and reducing customer service costs by 30%.
The next support level will come in around
Now
118 to 117, kind of a zone.
New product
Yeah, I
in
got it
company
at
systems.
118.60.
SAP is using NVIDIA
Look at these
to
wicks.
build dual copilots. Cohesity is using NVIDIA
Intraday,
to build their generative AI
118.60.
agent
Add
and
volume.
lower
I want to see what the
generative AI
volume
development
afterwards
costs.
is.
Snowflake serves over 3 billion queries a day for over 10,000 enterprise customers, is working with NVIDIA to build copilots.
As high
And
as
lastly,
6 million.
Wistron is using NVIDIA AI Omniverse to reduce end-to-end cycle times for their factories by 50%. Automotive was a key growth
A lot of
driver for the
selling
quarter,
pressure right
as
here.
every automaker developing autonomous vehicle technology is using NVIDIA in their data centers. Automotive will drive multi-billion dollars in revenue across on-prem and cloud consumption, and will grow as next generation AV models require significantly more compute.
So every
Healthcare
company in
is
every
also
industry
on its
needs
way
their
to
chips.
being
We already
a
know this, lady.
multi-billion-dollar business as AI revolutionizes
Which is
medical
why I
imaging,
still look at this
surgical
as a
robots,
powerhouse.
patient care, electronic
Definitely.
health record processing, and drug discovery.
Mm.
During the quarter, we announced a new NVIDIA AI
Glenn, I got to run. Are you sticking around?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here for bro. We got 700 people here. I can't leave them yet.
No, I know. I get it. I get it.
Go do you, bro. Thank you for being
This
here.
marks a
No,
watershed
of course, of
moment
course.
for
Sorry I couldn't stay
enterprise
longer.
AI.
You got it, bro.
Companies, for the first time, can leverage the capabilities of an open source frontier level model to develop customized AI applications to encode their institutional knowledge into an AI flywheel to automate and accelerate their business. Accenture is the first to adopt the new service to build custom Llama 3.1 models for both its own use and to assist clients seeking to deploy generative AI applications. NVIDIA NIMs accelerate and simplify model deployment. Companies across healthcare, energy, financial services, retail, transportation, and telecommunications are adopting NIMs including Aramco, Lowe's, and Uber. AT&T realized 70% cost savings and 8 times latency reduction after moving into NIMS for generative AI, call transcription, and classification. Over 150 partners are embedding NIMS across every layer of the AI ecosystem. We announced NIM Agent Blueprints, a catalog of customizable reference applications that include a full suite of software for building and deploying enterprise generative AI applications. With NIM Agent Blueprints, enterprises can refine their AI applications over time, creating a data-driven AI flywheel. The first NIM Agent Blueprints include workloads for customer service, computer-aided drug discovery, and enterprise retrieval augmented generation. Our system integrators, technology solution providers, and system builders are bringing NVIDIA NIM Agent Blueprints to enterprises. NVIDIA NIM and NIM Agent Blueprints are available through the NVIDIA AI Enterprise Software Platform, which has great momentum. We expect our software, SaaS, and support revenue to approach a $2 billion annual run rate exiting this year, with NVIDIA AI Enterprise notably
Look at these
contributing
wicks.
to growth.
Holy
Moving to
smokes.
gaming and AI PCs. Gaming revenue of $2.88 billion increased 9% sequentially and 16% year on year. We saw sequential growth in console, notebook, and desktop revenue, and demand is strong and growing, and channel inventory remains healthy. Every PC with RTX is an AI PC. RTX PCs can deliver up to 1,300 AI TOPS, and there are now over 200 RTX AI laptops designed from leading PC manufacturers.
Nice.
With 600 AI-powered applications and games and an installed base of 100
NVIDIA
million
got real
devices,
famous off of their
RTX
graphics,
is
right?
set to revolutionize consumer experiences with generative AI.
It's a
NVIDIA
real
8,
person
a
aviation.
suite of generative AI technologies, is available for RTX AI PCs. Mega Break is the first game to use NVIDIA ACE, including our small language model, Minitron 4B, optimized on device inference. The NVIDIA gaming ecosystem continues to grow. Recently added RTX and DLSS titles include Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Dune Awakening, and Dragon Age, the Veilguard. The GeForce Now library continues to expand with total catalog size of over 2,000 titles, the most content of any cloud gaming service. Moving to pro visualization. Revenue of $454 million was up 6% sequentially and 20% year on year. Demand is being driven by AI and graphic use cases, including model fine-tuning and Omniverse-related workloads. Automotive and manufacturing were among the key industry verticals driving growth this quarter.
Do you know that
Companies are
NVIDIA is
racing
in
to digitalize
automotive
workflows
as well?
to drive
I found that out in my
efficiency
story
across their
yesterday.
operations. The world's largest electronics manufacturer, Foxconn, is using NVIDIA Omniverse
The
to power
movement
digital
is just
twins
hard.
of the physical
Just-
plants that produce NVIDIA Blackwell systems.
I know.
And several large global enterprises, including Mercedes-Benz, signed multi-year contracts for NVIDIA Omniverse Cloud to build industrial digital twins of factories.
Here we go. How about
We announced new NVIDIA USD NIMs and connectors to open Omniverse to new industries and enable developers to incorporate generative AI copilot.
It's because of these bars that it's
into
jacking
USD
up.
workloads, accelerating their
The
ability
graph.
to build highly accurate virtual worlds. WPP
It looks
is
good there,
implementing
right?
USD NIM microservices in its generative AI-enabled
It's the wicks.
content creation
It's the big
pipeline for
wicks.
customers, such as the Coca-Cola Company. Moving to automotive and robotics. Revenue was $346 million,
Yeah, it's
up
the wicks
5%
right here.
sequentially and
Yep.
up 37% year on year. Year on year growth was driven by the new customer ramps in self-driving platforms and increased demand for AI cockpit solutions. At the Computer Vision and Pattern Recognition Conference,
Holy smokes, they
NVIDIA
really
won
are
the
talking a
Autonomous
lot. Holy
Brand
smokes.
Challenge in the end-to-end driving at scale category, outperforming more than 400 entries worldwide. Boston Dynamics, BYD Electronics, Figure, Intrinsic, Siemens, Skilled AI, and Teradyne Robotics are using the NVIDIA Isaac robotics platform
I hear you,
for
Glenn.
autonomous robot arms, humanoids, and mobile robots. Now moving to the rest of the P&L. GAAP gross margins were 75.1%.
Look at that. Did it rebound?
and
It's only
non-GAAP
down
gross margins
1.93.
were
Is that right?
75.7%.
That's at
Down
518. Did it
sequentially due to a
rebound?
higher mix of new products within data center and inventory provisions for low-yielding Blackwell material.
All right, Blackwell.
Sequentially,
Here we go.
GAAP and non-GAAP operating expenses were up 12%, primarily reflecting higher compensation-related costs. Cash flow from operations was $14.5 billion. In Q2, we utilized
Diana,
cash of $7.4 billion
that's being
towards
greedy.
shareholder returns
Depends
in the
on how
form of share
greedy you wanna
repurchases
be.
and cash dividends, reflecting the increase in dividend per share. Our board of directors recently approved a $50 billion share repurchase authorization
50
to
billion.
add to our remaining
Uh-oh.
$7.5 billion of authorization at the end of Q2.
Uh-oh.
Let me turn the outlook for the third quarter. Total revenue is expected to be $32.5 billion, plus or minus 2%. Our third quarter revenue outlook incorporates continued growth of our Hopper architecture and sampling of our Blackwell products.
So didn't that
We
beat the
expect
street if they
Blackwell
said
production
32?
ramp in Q4. GAAP and non-GAAP gross margins are expected to be
I hear you, Diana.
74.4% and 75% respectively, plus or minus 50 basis points. As our data center mix continues to shift to new products, we expect this trend to continue into the fourth quarter of fiscal 2025. For the full year, we expect gross margins to be in the mid-70% range. GAAP and non-GAAP operating expenses are expected to be approximately $4.3 billion and $3.0 billion, respectively. Full-year operating expenses are expected to grow in the mid to upper 40% range as we work on developing our next generation of products. GAAP and non-GAAP other income and expenses are expected to be about $350 million, including gains and losses from non-affiliated investments and publicly held equity securities. GAAP and non-GAAP tax rates are expected to be 17%, plus or minus 1%, excluding any discrete items. Further financial details are included in the CFO commentary and other information available on our IR
Glenn,
website.
have you ever had this many viewers on a
We are
broadcast?
now going to open the call for questions. Operator, would you please help us and poll for questions?
This is why I couldn't leave.
Thank you. And at this time, I would like to remind everyone, in order to ask a question, press star and then the number 1 on your telephone keypad.
Who's calling
We
in?
will pause for just a moment to compile the Q&A roster. And as a reminder,
Joey's
we ask
calling
that
in.
you please limit yourself to one question.
Okay. Hello, my name is Joey.
And your first question comes from the line of Vivek Arya with Bank of America Securities.
You got it,
Your
Sheldon.
line is open.
Thanks for taking my question. Jensen, you mentioned in the prepared comments that there's a change in the Blackwell GPU mask. I'm curious, are there any other incremental changes in back-end packaging or anything else? And I think related,
I didn't know we had them
suggested
going
that you
on
could ship several
CNBC.
billion dollars of Blackwell in Q4 despite a change in the design. Is it because all these issues will be solved by then? Just help us size what is the overall impact of any changes in Blackwell timing, what that means to your kind of revenue profile, and how are customers reacting to it?
Yeah, thanks, Vivek. The change to the mask is complete. There were no functional changes necessary. And so we're sampling functional samples of Blackwell, Grace Blackwell, in a variety of system configurations as we speak. There are something like 100 different
types of Blackwell-based systems that are built that was shown at
No
Computex.
problem, Glenn.
And we're enabling our ecosystem to start sampling those. The functionality of Blackwell is as it is, and we expect to start production in Q4.
That's the end of this year, not next. So you know something?
And your next question
I think
comes
that they're
from the
right in
of
line.
Toshiya Hari with
All right,
Goldman
how many
Sachs.
of you
Your line
think
is
that
open.
this was a good
Hi, thank you
call
so much
for the
taking the
stock,
question.
type of one?
Jensen, I had a relatively longer term.
All right, how many of you thought that this was a good call, earnings call for the stock, type of one? If you think that it's ambiguous and you get nothing out of it, type of two. Curious.
Dashboard as you try to gauge customer return and how that impacts CapEx. And then a quick follow-up maybe for Colette. I think your sovereign AI number for the full year went up maybe a couple billion. What's driving the
What is
improved
your
outlook,
question,
and
Ahmad?
how should we think about fiscal 26? Thank you.
Thanks,
Is it
Toshiya.
good or bad? I
First of
just
all, when
answered that.
said
That was just what I
ship
was asking.
Production in Q4, I mean shipping out. I don't mean starting
I
to
just
ship.
answered
but
that,
I
and
mean-
that's
I
what
don't mean
everybody's
starting
answering in the
production, but shipping
call.
out.
I think that
On
was
the
a-
longer term,
I think it was a good
question,
call.
let's take a step back. And you've heard me say that
And
we're going
John
through
is right.
two
Everybody wants these
simultaneous
Blackwell
platform
chips.
transitions
They're
at
going to
the
start
same time.
shipping.
The first
quarter
one is
four.
transitioning from accelerated computing.
So I think that
from,
they said that it was going to be in March, like Ramor said. I
And the
think
reason
that was
for that is
great.
because CPU scaling has been known
That's
to be
what we needed to know.
slowing
They're going to
for
start
some time.
shipping in
and
quarter four.
it is slow to a crawl. And yet the amount of computing demand continues to grow quite significantly. You could maybe even estimate it to be doubling every single year. And so if we don't have a new approach, computing inflation would be driving up the cost for every company, and it would be driving up the energy consumption of data centers around the world. In fact, you're seeing that. And so the answer is accelerated computing. We know that accelerated computing, of course, speeds up applications. It also enables you to do computing at a much larger scale, for example, scientific simulations or database processing. But what that translates directly to
I
is
agree
lower
with John.
cost
They're already
and lower
testing the
energy
chips.
consumed.
Oh,
And
I'm loving
in fact,
this.
this week, there's a blog that came out that talked about a whole bunch of new libraries that we offer. And that's really the core of the first platform
But
transition,
Ramor,
going from
the
general purpose
Hopper
computing
production
to
was there to
accelerated
back
computing.
up the Blackwell
And
in
it's
case
not-
there was an
it's
issue.
not unusual to
and the
see,
Hopper production and sales were still killing
Someone
it.
saved 90% of their computing cost. And the reason for that is, of course, you just sped up an application 50x. You would expect the computing cost to decline quite
I'm
significantly.
not getting any more
The second
movement.
was enabled by
I wanna
accelerated
see
computing
something.
because we drove down the cost of training large language models or training deep learning so incredibly that it is now possible to have gigantic scale models, multi-trillion parameter models, and pre-train it on just about the world's knowledge corpus, and let the model go figure out how to understand human language representation
Pause
and
that
how
for,
to
mute that for a second.
codify.
All right. So let me put some things into perspective. All right. They beat, Joey muted the call for a second. They beat earnings, they beat revenue. Maybe not in line with what the street wanted, but they beat on both sides. It seems that the Blackwell issue ain't an issue. They got people testing it already. They're thinking, and they're trying to get into shipping out in quarter four. I think that answers everybody's questions as far as guidance. Looks like everything is good. They're guiding good. So I think the call turned out good. Why is it still down 5.19%, 5.53%? I'm with Ryan. I think I think the big money could be pushing it down to get in because it's still a powerhouse stock that did well, could be pushing the price down to buy it in at a lower dollar price. So with that being said, all right, as I get back into the software, with that being said, I'm still thinking it's a powerhouse stock. It stopped at 1.93%. I totally understand that. I think it was a freaking good call. I think that it was a good call. I think we got to just settle in because CNBC is showing me that it's down 5.56%. I think that right now you just need to be patient. Do you agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree? I think you just need to be patient right now. Everything that everybody was worried about doesn't seem to be a problem. Doesn't seem to be a problem. Especially the Blackwell, especially the forward guidance. That's what I was really concerned about. Jazz says, that's messed up, Glenn. Hate this game. Hey, what are you talking about? What did I do? Jazz? Yeah, put them back on.
Performance up quite significantly so we can drive down the energy consumed and drive down the cost necessary to do it. So the first one is there are larger frontier models
David doesn't
trained
like
on
the
more
analysis.
modalities.
I'm okay with that.
And surprisingly, there are more frontier model
Remember,
makers.
that's just my opinion, but I'm backing it up
and
with
so
the
you have
VectorVest
more
software.
on more on more. That's one of the dynamics
still
going
think
on
that
in
Nvidia is a
generative AI.
powerhouse
Second,
stock. The guidance
although
was
it's
good.
below
They
the tip of the iceberg,
top line,
you know,
bottom
what
line.
we see are
the Blackwell
ChatGPT,
issue doesn't seem to be an issue.
image generators.
I know, and right now, I
we
think you
see,
just need to have patience.
coding.
If
we
your
use
stop, whether it's Nvidia,
generative
NVDA, if
AI
you hit
for
your
coding,
stop, get
quite
out of the
extensively
stop.
here at Nvidia now.
If you're at a point where you want to
we
take
of course
profits,
have a lot
take
of digital
profits.
designers and things like that.
I think we just need to be patient.
Those are kind of the tip of the iceberg. What's
that's
below
what
the
I
iceberg
think. I think we need to be
are
patient.
the largest systems,
the stock is still
largest
a
computing
powerhouse
systems in the
stock.
world today, which
VectorVest
are,
still thinks
and you've
so
heard
as
me
well.
talk about this in the past, which are
That's my
recommender
insight.
systems moving
I don't know
from
how
CPUs.
much more you want to
It's
listen
now
to on the
moving
call,
from CPUs
but
to
that's fine. I don't know how much you want to listen to on the call, but I think that we got what we needed. In the charts, it's at a downtrend. So again, David, all I said was, if nothing else, just be patient based upon everything that was there. Just be patient. I'm really perturbed that it stopped. For me, it just stopped. I don't like that, but it's not very often that I'm looking at end of day or after market hours. It's not very often. I got use extended hours, but it just stopped. Nonetheless, I think that all of the things that we were worried about have been displaced. So, all right. Okay. I think we got to the point of what we needed to hear. Do you agree? Type agree or you want to stay. Type agree or you want to stay. All right, because now the people have heard what they needed to hear. I'm with that. I think we heard what we needed to hear. I think we just need to sit back. The call is still going on, Glenn. I know, John, but I'm starting to see we're starting to lose people. I think that we were here for the reasons to get the answers that we needed. And now, people have already gotten it. I'm just watching it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I want you guys to be patient. I want you guys to be mindful of your stops. All right, Shane is asking, why is it down 7% after hours if everything is good? And I think, Shane, the big money is still trying to push the stock down to get in at a lower price because it's still a powerhouse. Like, that's all I can see, Shane, because the news was good. The call was good. The call was a good call. So that's the only thing that I can, you can shut that down, did you? Okay. That's what I think. All right. So, hey, guys, thank you so much. I think we had the highest attendance for a live stream ever. Thank you guys so much. If you are new and you enjoyed what you see here, you want to get more content like this, subscribe to the channel. hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted to when new stuff like this comes out. Between Ryan and I, we put out a lot of great content for you. So subscribe to the channel. If you liked what you saw today, let us know. Just hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right? So with that, we're going to go. Joey, thank you for staying here. Joey stayed here past this time. Ryan stayed as long as he could. And thank you guys so much. So when that happens, when you have calls expiring on Friday, it sticks. All right, folks. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps across the world. Why? Because if we look out for each other, I think we'll make a better society. Odabu. Bom dia. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Yasu. Until the next time, folks, thank you for being here. See ya.